The desert stretched endlessly beneath the alien sky as Yarrick followed a strange girl with silver eyes and luminescent blue skin. She had appeared to him only 3 nights ago, claiming to be from another world. Her name was Selari, and her voice sounded like soft music in his mind. She moved gracefully, her bare feet never disturbing the golden sands. Her long white hair shimmered under the pale moons of this forgotten planet, and her delicate fingers beckoned Yarrick to follow. Yarrick had arrived on this alien world by mistake. His ship had malfunctioned in orbit, forcing an emergency landing. Now stranded, he thought he was alone, until Selari found him. She whispered of ancient secrets hidden beyond the dunes of this desolate place. She told him of pyramids that predated not just human civilization, but the stars themselves. At first, Yarrick thought it was a hallucination born from dehydration and stress. But when he looked into her eyes, he knew she was real, and her words carried weight. For days they traveled together across the harsh landscape. Selari never seemed to tire. Her skin glowed faintly at night, and Yarrick wondered if she was part machine or something more. He had so many questions, but she only smiled and told him to be patient. Her purpose was to show him something no human had ever seen. On the 4th night, as the twin moons aligned, Selari led Yarrick to a massive structure buried beneath layers of sand. It was a pyramid unlike any found on Earth. It was made of black stone, so dark it seemed to absorb the very light around it. Strange symbols covered its surface, symbols that shifted when Yarrick tried to focus on them. As if they were alive, the air around the pyramid felt heavier, humming with energy he could not explain. Selari gestured for him to approach. She told him the pyramid was not built by her people nor by any species known to the current galaxies. It was older than memory, older than time itself. Her ancestors had discovered it millions of years ago and had sworn to protect it since then, but now she was breaking the oath to share its secret with him, a human who had fallen from the sky. Yarrick felt a mix of fear and curiosity. He reached out his hand, slowly pressing his palm against the cold surface of the black stone. The symbols beneath his hand lit up with soft blue glow matching Selari's eyes. The pyramid shuddered silently, and the air vibrated like a distant echo. Then, without warning, a door materialized where there had been only solid stone moments before it slid open without a sound, revealing a passageway into the depths of the pyramid. Selari looked at him with an expression he could not read, perhaps hope, perhaps sorrow. She told him this was a point of no return. If he entered the pyramid, he would uncover truths that could never be forgotten. She warned that knowledge could be a curse, but she also said that some secrets needed to be shared or the universe itself would suffer. Yarrick swallowed hard, but he knew he could not turn back, his hand still on the glowing stone. He stepped forward into the darkness. Selari followed close behind her, eyes illuminating the path ahead. They walked through corridors that seemed to twist and shift. As they moved, the walls were covered in more of the living symbols, and Yarrick could feel them moving under his fingertips as he brushed against them. Deep inside the pyramid, they reached a vast chamber where the ceiling disappeared into endless darkness. In the center of the room floated a massive crystal, its surface swirling with galaxies and stars. Yarrick realized he was looking at something more than just a relic. This was a cosmic artifact, a storage of knowledge and power beyond imagination. Selari spoke softly, telling him that the crystal was a record of all civilizations that had ever existed and all those that would come to be. It was a map of existence itself, and it had been placed here by beings not of flesh and blood, but of pure consciousness. Long before the material universe had formed, these beings had left behind markers like this pyramid scattered across dimensions, waiting for someone worthy to find them. Yarrick asked why and why now. Selari answered with a sadness in her voice. She told him that humanity was reaching crossroads, a path of destruction or a path of awakening, and the decision rested on fragile shoulders like his. She had chosen him because he was not a conqueror, not a scientist, but a survivor, someone who understood struggle and resilience, someone who might choose wisely. The crystal pulsed, and Yarrick felt his mind open wider than he thought possible. He saw visions of countless worlds rising and falling, civilizations built from stars themselves, beings of light and shadow dancing the fabric of reality. He saw Earth from a distance, a small blue sphere trembling on the edge of its own extinction, and he saw possibilities where Earth thrived, learning to live in harmony with the universe instead of consuming it. Selari placed her hand on his shoulder, grounding him in the present. She told him that by entering the pyramid, he had activated a beacon. Others would come now, some to protect, some to destroy. The knowledge could save humanity, but it could also end it if misused. Yarrick had to choose what to do with it. He stood there torn between awe and fear. The weight of cosmic responsibility pressed down on him like the crushing force of a black hole. But in that moment, he understood something profound. He realized that knowledge alone was not dangerous. It was the intent behind its use that mattered. Selari guided him back to the surface as the pyramid sealed itself, once more leaving no trace of the door behind the stars. Above seemed brighter, clearer. As if they had been watching all along, Yarrick felt different, as if part of him had become part of the universe itself, connected to the web of existence in ways he could not yet explain. He asked Selari what would happen next. She only smiled softly and said that was for him to decide. She would remain by his side to guide, but not to interfere. The choice was as the fate of Earth, the fate of countless civilizations, now rested in the hands of a single human who had touched an ancient pyramid and opened a door to infinity. As they walked away from the sands, the echoes of the pyramid's secrets whispered in his mind, reminding him that the universe was far larger and far older than any human could ever imagine. And now he was part of that vast tapestry, a thread woven into the cosmic design forever.